Let me say something that you're probably not gonna like. Let me say something you're definitely not gonna like. You don't have a motivation problem. You've got a discipline problem because you've built a life that only works when you feel good, but I hate to break it to you. Life punches us all in the face at times, and that's why your life keeps on collapsing. You wake up and before anything has even started, you're already checking in with yourself. How do I feel today? Am I on it today? Am I going to be locked in? Do I have the energy? Do I feel good? And if the answer is no, which occasionally it is, because we all feel like that, but in your case, everything slows down, everything gets heavier and everything gets delayed. So then you just lie there for a bit, thinking, scrolling on your phone, trying to shift your state and trying to get motivated for the day that you already can't be arsed with, trying to get your head right, trying to convince yourself to feel good enough just to begin, just to get started. And you've normalized that. But let me tell you, that's not normal. And then you convince yourself that's what discipline looks like, but it's not. It's you negotiating with your own life every single morning. Because I was speaking to somebody recently and he said something, it highlighted all this perfectly. He said to me, right now, my mindset is carrying everything else. I'm trying to force myself to feel good every day. And on the surface, it sounds like some strength, something to be respected, but listen properly. If your mindset is carrying everything else, that means everything else is weak. It means your body's not locked in with structure and routine. It means your work isn't structured. Your income generating activities aren't structured. It means your entire life is resting on whether you can mentally hold it together for that day. And sometimes you can and sometimes you can't, but living like that is exhausting. That's why you wake up some mornings and you feel like everything slipped before you even got out of bed. Not because your life's actually falling apart, but because nothing is built to hold you when you're not at your best, because we can't always be at 100%, and that way you end up carrying it all. And the second your energy drops, so does your momentum. I know you can relate to that. So now picture it, you're laying there in bed, trying to force yourself into having a good mindset, trying to think yourself into action, and trying to get yourself ready for the day ahead. But then you allow yourself to move. That's backwards. You don't think your way into action, you act your way into clarity, because action leads to inspiration, not the other way around. But you've trained yourself to believe you need to feel right first, you need to feel motivated. So you sit there thinking, scrolling, delaying, telling yourself that you'll start properly later. And later then turns into tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into next week, next month. And suddenly you're stuck in this cycle where your life only moves when your mindset is perfect. But let me make this as simple as I can for you, because I want this video to change your life. If your mindset is carrying your body, you don't have a physical system. If your mindset is carrying your income, you don't have an income generating, money making system. And if your mindset is the only thing holding your emotions together, you don't have any internal structure. You've just got effort, and effort can't last consistently because it runs out. That's why everything feels inconsistent, and that's why you keep falling off. And that's why you need to keep on restarting. Monday I'll lock in, new week I'll lock in, because your life isn't built to run without constant mental effort. And that's the real problem when we actually break it down. You've made your thoughts the engine, when they should be the byproduct. The feel-good emotions should come from all the action you're taking. And this is where alignment changes everything. Body being business, not as ideas, but as non-negotiables. Body means you move your body forward whether you're feeling like it or not that day. Not because you're trying to be disciplined, because your body controls your state faster than your thoughts ever will. You don't need motivation after a hard session. You need the structure and the discipline to get stuck into it in the first place. The feel-good emotions will come afterwards. And being means you create space in your day to actually think, not reacting, scrolling, absorbing everybody else's noise and ideas, but being able to sit with your own mind and your own thoughts long enough to calm it down. So you don't wake up every morning overwhelmed before the day's even started. And business means you stop pretending all this busy work is progress. You already know what actually makes money and moves the needle forward. You just avoid it when you don't feel like doing it. So now your income depends on your mood, which means that's unstable too. Which means when your stress goes up, your money making goes down, which means your mindset becomes even more fragile. And now you're stuck in that same old loop, and you keep trying to fix that loop with more thinking, more motivation, more inspirational content, more podcasts, more I just need to get my head right. But your head isn't the problem. Your structure is. Because when your life is in alignment, There is no negotiation. You wake up every day and you know what your non-negotiables are across body, being, business. You move your body, you create mental space, and you execute the income-generating actions that move the needle forward in a meaningful way. Done. No drama, no emotional roller coaster, no sitting there trying to convince yourself to start and get going. You've removed the decision, and that's where momentum comes from. Not hype, not motivation, but from repetition without negotiation. So let me ask you something properly, and I want you to really think about what I'm about to say. Right now, is your life being carried by structure or by willpower? Because if it's willpower, you're one bad morning or one bad day away from everything slipping again and you're having to restart. And that's why you feel inconsistent. That's why the momentum never sticks. And that's why you keep having to start over and over again. Not because you're lazy, but because you built a life that depends on how you feel. But feelings are up and down like the weather. Feelings are unreliable. So let me get this straight. You don't need to feel better. You need to build structure that fits your life better. Structure your body, structure your mind, and structure your money-making activities. So your life stops depending on being on it all the time, because nobody can be on it all the time. The goal isn't to feel good every day, despite what the media and social media has taught you to believe. The goal is to move forward, even when you don't. And when you finally get that right, something subtle shifts within inside you. But once it does shift, you'll never live your life the same again. You stop needing motivation, you stop overthinking everything, and you stop waiting for the perfect moment, because your life is no longer powered by your mood. It's powered by your standards, and your standards are your daily non-negotiable thoughts and actions and habits. And when you get them in place, momentum becomes automatic. So if you're being honest with yourself and you know your life only works when you feel good, which is true because you've clicked on this video and got this far in, then you don't need another video. You need a system that works. And if you want the exact system and structure that I use with all my private clients to lock in your body, your being, and your business, so your life stops collapsing every time your mindset dips and your emotions feel down in the dumps, click the link in the description and get your free copy of the alignment blueprint. Because once your life is moving in alignment, you don't have to keep forcing motivation and feel good vibes all the time. Your life starts moving forward in alignment on good days, bad days, and on the flat as a pancake days that we all experience. So I'll see you in the next video. But don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to get your free copy of the alignment blueprint. Let's go.